Hey OMies, today I am bringing you a Trikonasana yoga pose breakdown. Trikonasana is also known as triangle pose. So please unroll your mat and I will meet you there in just a few seconds. For this triangle pose breakdown, please stand on your mat facing the long edge of your mat and then step your feet wide. Stretch your arms out to your sides and have your feet wide enough apart so that your ankles are as wide as your wrists when your arms are stretched out to your sides. To know if you're doing that, it can help to have a full-length mirror to look in, but we don't all have that. It can help to have a friend who can tell you if you're doing it, but we don't all have that available today. One of the things we learn in yoga is where our body is in space, and so this is part of that practice. You can always practice by relaxing your wrists and having your fingers hang down, and then seeing if your fingers would touch the outer edges of your ankles if your fingers somehow magically grew all the way down to the ground right now. Now I'm going to have nightmares about that. Stretch your arms out to your sides and make your feet parallel to each other or parallel to the short edge of your mat. Same thing. So it's not toes turning in, it's not toes turning out, it's feet parallel to each other. Turn your right toes out 45 degrees, turn your right heel in 45 degrees. Stretch out through your legs, but also draw in. Externally rotate your arms a little, reach forward, and bring your right arm outside your right leg. You can touch the ground, you can place your hand on a block, or you can hold outside your right leg. Bring your left wrist over your right wrist. Push your right arm into your right leg for stability, and then lean back a little. Lift through your left ribs, lift through your left hip. Stretch your spine long out of your hips. Make sure that your neck is part of the pose, so don't let your head hang down. And stretch long through your whole spine. You might even want to feel like you're bringing a little bit of a back bend in here to help really get the length for your spine. Trikonasana. Just come out, bend your right knee a little bit, and come up. Turn your right heel out, right toes in. And then I recommend a downward facing dog as a good counter pose to balance everything out before you move on to whatever's next. I'm going to do that with you. Down into downward facing dog. I've also got a whole yoga pose breakdown of downward facing dog, so you can find that as well. And when you've stretched out enough, come down. And that's our yoga pose breakdown for Trikonasana or triangle pose. I hope it's helped you learn a bit more about this pose. If you'd like to read more about this pose and modifications for it, there is a whole blog post I've written for my website, adventureyogaonline.com, and you can find a direct link to that in the description for this video. If you'd like to do a full class, there's a class there I recommend. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, you can do that by just clicking on my picture right over there. If you've got any questions, please put it in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks, OMies. Have a fantastic day.